Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to sunny Florida. I'm sorry I missed you folks, and it is a little windy. I might have to close one of the doors. Um, yeah, back from Tail of the Dragon. We'll get the little stuff out of the way. Let's see who's here. Hey man, uh, Brian, I've got some news for you. You can see what I've got behind me. By the way, it is for sale if you're interested. Who else is here? Hey, Diane. Just saw Diane at Tail of the Dragon. We were just going to talk about that really quick. Um, Back from Tail of the Dragon, you can see the cars in one piece, trailers right there, trucks right there, Grom's right there. Everything was awesome. Had an absolute great time. We didn't get the extra driving in that we really wanted because of weather. Weather was not cooperating on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to grab some supplies while I'm talking to you guys. Um, Weather was not cooperating on Tuesday, Wednesday. It rained, or Tuesday it rained a lot, and then Wednesday was overcast. We did get some driving in, and Thursday we got some driving in, and then Friday we got some really good driving in, and Saturday we really didn't get much driving in because it rained up in the mountain, not down where we were. By the way, just out of curiosity, I know this is so obscure and so weird. I found this stuck in my trailer. You guys have any idea what that is? It was stuck underneath uh, the framing, and it looks like it bounced around a lot, but it doesn't look like it dragged. So the only thing I can figure out is it's for like a skinny bicycle tire, and it came off like a bike rack. It's not off the trailer because this is a steel part and the trailer's aluminum. So I don't know where it's from, but I found it on the trailer. So if you guys know what that is, let me know. I got to grab some supplies here because we're going to be working on the Miata hardtop. And God, I hate these cabinets because I can't see where stuff is. I have to open these cabinets all the time. It drives me nuts. I need this, but I also need. Please tell me I have some. I'm sure I have some. I haven't used it all. Maybe I have. Hang on. This. Nope. I have not used it all. So we have glue gun and we have overspray remover and we have a roll of paper towels because I'm a guy. Guys always have paper towels. Blame Angel. Yeah, I will blame Angel for that, except his car's kind of screwy now. So I'll blame Angel for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm sorry, you guys. This thing is so zoomed out. I tried to have it kind of a normal framing, and then YouTube does it totally different than what the camera shows. So uh got really kick-ass drives in. Um Again, we go with a different group, so that's why we tried to get some early drives in. The main group is the quick group. So I'll explain this again. There's three groups of the Viper folks. There's the picture takers, and they stop at a bunch of overlooks and they take incredible pictures. That's all the stuff you're going to see on social media. So those folks do that, and they're most of the time. I mean, it's beautiful scenery. I think I've never seen it. Like, I'm very focused on the road when I'm driving up there. So, but I've heard and I've seen pictures, and it is, there's beautiful, scenic drives if you're driving slower than we normally do. Then I'm sure it's beautiful. And then there's the quick group, which is the majority of the cars. That's we had like 100 cars there this year, so it's probably 80 of the cars, 75 of the cars are in the quick group, and those folks do spirited driving and they have a good time. They do occasionally get to check out the scenery. They usually follow a route that's been set up by one of the club, like the Kim and Alan from the Tennessee Alabama Club. they do a great job of uh, organizing these drives, where lunch is, where dinner is, the raffles, the hotel setup, the special guests. If you guys saw my social media, you saw one of the special guests, one of my heroes, Dick Winkles, the guy who designed the engine for my car. Super, super great guy. A billion stories. They're all super technical. So not a lot of people are going to get them. They're not about like, oh, we're running naked through the fountain. There's not a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of stuff with dyno cells and sourcing different parts and which injectors work better and stuff like. And for a nerd like me, that's just, I mean, I love that shit. So that was really cool. But yeah, Kim and Alan set up these really great drives and the lunches and going to Fontana or Cherokee or wherever. And so that's the big group. And then we have our group, and we're called the Batshit Crazy Group. We are way past spirited driving. We are in triple digits most of the day, and we have a great time. We cover a lot of miles. So just to give you an example, oh wait, what's the question here? Design the Viper engine. Yeah, yeah, that's his full name is Richard Winkles, who's affectionately known as Dick Winkles, and he is super funny, super cool. Um, he has a very odd sense of humor. You have to be nerdy to get his humor. If you are Joe Average, you're not going to get his humor. It's going to be very dry. If you are a nerd like me and you love uh, Camlope, if you like the sound of fuel pumps priming, you will get all of his humor instantly. It's a lot of fun. He's a very fun guy. Super tech, love it. So our group, the Batshit Crazy Group, just to give you an example of the difference in speed, we did Foothills Parkway. This is from Gatlinburg, so we come up Wares Valley Road. We did Foothills Parkway, Tail of the Dragon, Topoco, Chair Hall Skyway, got gas, P brake, Chair Hall Skyway, Topoco, ran into the quick group at Tail of the Dragon, and then came back down Foothills Parkway. So we had already gone down and came back by the time they got to the Dragon. So that's the difference in rate, travel rate, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's the fun part. We have a really great time. The downside is Angel had a problem with his Calvo build. Again, last year he had another major problem, an ECU problem. This year it was definitely something mechanical. We are hoping that it is a couple of valve springs. Hoping, because that will be an easy fix and a quick fix. To me, when I heard him start the car, it sounded more rod piston crank, but what do I know, right? So I hope it is. I hope I am incredibly wrong. Hope I am incredibly wrong. Alan claims 5 mile an hour between. No, okay, okay. I passed Alan on Thursday doing mock Jesus, and he was not doing. He wasn't doing mock Joe, mock Joseph, mock Mary, mock. He wasn't biblical in any way. Turn that off. So yeah, I don't. There's a digit missing in the front of that. There actually might be a digit missing on the back of that. So anyway, we had a great time except for Angel's car. So Angel and Haley rode with other folks, which was great, and we just kept on jamming out. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. Mike would not. He would question that as well. Considering we did another almost 80 miles before they met us. They did leave an hour later than us, but well, actually, it's like 80. Actually more than 100 miles. We did more than 100 miles before we met back down. So you can do the math if you want to calculate all that. You can, go to Learn with Sherlock, and I'll get him the data, and he can figure it all out. All in all, just a really great trip. We did have my friend Chad, his Gen 2. we had we had stopped to regroup and do a one of the guys in our group had a little motion sickness, so we were doing a break right there to let him calm down. And we stopped, and my friend Chad's Gen 2, beautiful silver pewter Gen 2, just smoke started coming out of the hood, and we're like, no. We thought it was electrical. It wasn't anything burning, but it definitely smelled like coolant. He pops the hood, and the upper coolant hose, which goes between the two intakes, was just peeing. And it was very funny because where I'm standing next to the car, when he opened the hood, the stream came literally right between my legs. If you watched it in reverse, it would look like I'm peeing on a car. It was very funny. So we trimmed off, gave it a minute to cool down, trimmed off the dead hose. It had just a little tiny, just a little slit in it. It was spewing out, and cut off that section, clamped it back on. And then the funniest part was nobody had water. We were trying to find water for it, and I said, "Hey, anybody got to pee? If you got good aim, you just put it right in the overflow tank, and it'll work great." No one had to pee, or actually, everyone had already peed. So we did find some water, got it in Chad's car, and he drove the rest of the weekend, normal 195 temp. So his car's okay. He's going to get all new hoses when he gets back. So when you drive hard like that, you put a little more wear on the engine. This one was just an age thing. That hose was going to go at any time. It actually happened. I think we were on Cherahalla Skyway when it happened. So good thing to get it there and get it done. And we had great people on board. Brian Jones was there, and Chad and a couple of other people. So we all just kind of jumped in and tried to get his car fixed. So we can't have two cars down in the same day. That would be bad. But yeah, tons of awesome driving, great meals. If you get a chance, go to Tapoca Lodge. They have oven baked, fire baked pizza, whatever it is. It's great. You can do, make your own, or you can get one of their pre-built ones. They're fantastic. They have really good food there. You eat outside right by the river, just great. Really nice time. Got to see all these people that I normally only see like once a year, like people like Diane, Mike, Angel. I see kind of a little bit more because he's here in Florida, but uh, a bunch of the Viper folks that I've been friends with for a very long time, like Stretch. He brought his new car down, and his highlighter yellow Gen 5 TA 2.0, beautiful car, and a whole bunch of other folks that I really only get to see once a year. And that's really cool to spend, 3 or 4 days with them and go to dinners and do all the crazy stuff. And then at the Q&A, there was a Q&A on Saturday night with a bunch of original Viper guys, including Dick Winkles. And Herb Helbig wanted to be there. I talked with Dick before, but Herb is doing a bucket list Alaska cruise. So he was actually on a cruise when we were doing this, which is okay. Not my thing, but Herb's way out there. So yeah. But yeah, a bunch of the original Viper crew that were on it since like day one, they were there, and there was a big Q&A. And I was a little bummed out at my Viper brethren. Nobody knew what the Dodge M4S was. So if you guys want, you can go look that up. I was kind of bummed when I looked back and people were like, no. Okay. I can't be the only one. So tons of fun. Got back here safe. Everything worked great. Unfortunately, now we get to the hard part of the live stream tonight. We'll just keep it super simple. The black Miata is gone. It was hit by a drunk driver. It was unoccupied, thank God. It was at a gas station at the pump. And my friend Mark had it out on a date, and he asked to borrow it. And I said, yeah, sure, just bring it back with a full tank. And Mark was at the gas station. He had filled up the car. He went inside to get a drink. And as he came back outside, this orange Jetta came screaming through the parking lot, missed the two gas pumps, and hit the Miata. It punted a garbage can. The garbage can between the gas pumps? This is at a BP. So it sent this green garbage can into the street, which is 30 yards away and pushed my Miata, hit it so hard. The cops, the sheriff said somewhere between 40 and 45 miles an hour, hit it right where the driver's door meets the fender, pushed it another 30 feet away from the pump, and folded the front clip in and the firewall. The glass stayed whole, except in the passenger door. The glass stayed whole for the rest of the car. No airbags went off in my car. So I was hoping that it would be repairable. You just pull that out. But the when I got to the body shop, the adjuster showed me how badly it had been creased in there, and it'll never align again. So unfortunately, the Miata is gone. Um, just for reference, the girl operating the car, you guys are going to love this part. The girl operating the car um, was charged with DUI, reckless op. And then when the sheriff saw her pull her 14-month-old child out of the back of her Jetta, she was also charged with child endangerment. So we come to find out she is not the owner of the car. Her boyfriend with the bonus ankle monitor is also not the owner of the car, but the boyfriend's brother is the owner of the car, and he did have insurance. Unfortunately, by the time we find all that out, I'd already gone through my insurance company, which, by the way, my insurance company was fantastic through this whole thing. Um, we had an agreed value on the car. They met it. I bought the car back, and they're going to go after his insurance company for, you know, getting getting their payback. Um, I, of course, will have to. The agreed value on the car doesn't even come close to what the car's money that I put into the car, and of course, it's about 80 grand short on labor. I put a ton of time in the car, so I'm gonna have to. There's a whole bunch of aftermarket parts too that were not covered, so I'm gonna have to go after this girl separate in a civil suit. And since she's probably going to go to jail for child endangerment because everything's on video, it's going to be like getting blood from a stone, but it's principle and I have to do it at least to make myself feel better. So, yeah, unfortunately, the Miata is gone. Now, here's the good part. I bought it back from the insurance company. Stupid cheap, obviously. Two McChickens and a Diet Coke, right? So the Miata will be coming back here. All of the performance stuff is going to get stripped off of it, and the engine gets pulled, the transmission, PPF, uh, all the suspension, the sway bars, everything else. My watch is telling me to take a moment. Um, the wheels, one of the wheels got pretty badly damaged. I think it can be repaired. Just the lip got folded over, and then uh, a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll part out whatever other stuff I have left on the car, and then the shell will probably get scrapped because it's not really good for anything else. So I'll have a Miata shell if anyone's interested. If you want to make a Miata trailer, plasma cut the back half off. Just saying, it's an option for you. So uh, that's the plan. What I did today, and that's why we have the hard top down here. And I'm gonna bring you guys down here because the hard top's going up for sale. Because I don't have any use for a black hardtop anymore now that the car's gone. So I'll bring you guys down here and we'll actually do some work instead of just bullshitting. So give me a second to pull you guys down here. Rolly stool. Rolly stool coming through. Okay. There we go. That's pretty good. So this has been repainted, obviously. And my masking job was pretty good, but not that great. So you're gonna use some overspray remover. This stuff is awesome. And I'm gonna use some Goo Gone because the tape that's up here left some residue on the seal and some of the latches and stuff. So we're gonna do that stuff just to clean this up before it goes up for sale. So, oh, we got other questions. Yeah. The good part is everyone's okay. There were no major injuries. I don't know if she sustained any injuries. Obviously, I don't give a shit. But the child was okay, and Mark was okay. He had already dropped off his date, so everyone was okay as far as I know. And then uh, my insurance company came through, which is pretty nice, and got me a check. So immediately I started looking for Miatas because I want to replace it. I don't want to get a Camry or anything like that. Although I did get a Camry rental car for a few days, which was kind of cool. What else we got here? Yeah, if the car would have aligned again, I might have turned it into a Lemons car, and if that was a possibility. But where the front clip and the edge of the firewall were creased, you're not going to be able to pull that back far enough without having to completely redo the whole front clip. So that's why I I scrapped the idea. I was like, I don't want to do it. That's a lot more work than I want to put into something. So I'm gonna take what I can get off the car, and then the chassis will just get scrapped. Now my chassis also had some rust and stuff from when I originally got it, so I'm not gonna be too bent that it is going away. Um, I might actually. I like the breeze through here, but this stuff. By the way, with the overspray remover, spray it into the paper towel or the cloth or whatever, and then put it on here. Don't spray it on here because it'll go everywhere and it'll soften paint. So put it on here and then wipe it on. And this stuff will get you high as shit. So be very careful with it. And also keep it away from regular paint because even though it's just for overspray, it will take off regular paint. So this is actually a good glass cleaner too. You can see how well it works. You have to do a couple passes on the thicker stuff. But so I immediately started shopping around for Miatas because I definitely wanted to replace it. I just wasn't sure, what was out there. And I had a 96, which 96s are pretty rare. Um, and I didn't see anything that I really liked. Most of the stuff out there was Drifty Boy shit or Stance Nation or totally beat up. I did find a really nice one, but it had like 16 miles on it. It was like a museum piece, and the guy wanted like 40 grand for it. I was like, oh my God. Okay. See, the overspray remover works really great. I don't know if you guys can see that section. Which ones can you guys see? It kind of goes around the bottom edge here. There's a couple spots where the tape lifted, but you can tell right here it's picking that stuff up, no problem. So what I did find was pretty cool. I found a 1995 M edition. Now, the M editions are also pretty rare. This one was in fantastic shape, like really nice shape. It only had 67,000 miles on it. You can hear that. It sounds like sandpaper. It won't sound like sandpaper soon. So 65,000 miles on it. Came with a matching hard top. It came with the original tan leather glass window soft top. And the paint on it was probably, it'd been stored inside its whole life. So I would put the paint at a 8.5 to 9 out of 10. And the paint color, it's a purple car, but the paint color is called Merlot Mica for 95. That was the color. They did M editions in a bunch of years, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. And they did them later on, I think, on some NCs. But the paint was in great shape. The tan leather top with the glass, solid glass back window is a big plus, especially after the car that I had with the plastic window that lasted about one year in Ohio. So um, I went and looked at the car today. I got in touch with the owner. I was a little worried because the guy who listed it, he hadn't been on Facebook in like a year. And I was like, all right, well, maybe I'm going to have to wait on this one. But I didn't. He actually got back to me very quickly, just a few days, 4 or 5 days. And I talked to him. It's actually his dad who is selling it. His dad's not, he doesn't do a ton of stuff online. So his son was selling it for him, and that's cool. And I got the story on the car, which was even cooler. So check this out. So originally, it was purchased in California, and then it was sold with very low miles. I think less than 15,000 miles. It was sold to the gentleman's grandfather, and in order to skip California emissions and stuff, they registered it in Iowa, which is very smart. And then the grandfather sold it to the son, and then the son sold it to the grandson. And that is who I spoke with. And earlier today, I drove over up by Tampa and checked out the car, drove it, and met the father, who's a super cool guy. Definitely a Miata fan. He knows his Miata shit. So that was pleasant, because there's a lot of guys, they'll be like, oh yeah, Miata, and they don't really know that Miatas came with 1.6s or 1.8s. Some of them have automatic transmissions. They don't really know this stuff. So it was really cool to talk to another Miata owner. What else we got here? We got Max. Hey, Max. Hey, Joe. Uh, 95, 60K, asking 6K, looks clean. Is it an M edition? And is it zero rust? That was the other thing I checked out on this car. Was I got my shorts and shirt very dirty when I rolled underneath it, and you could eat off the suspension. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. By the way, Joe, your YouTube is still logged in on the TV here. Thank you. I'll try not to put too much dumb shit in your algorithm, I promise. That's always fun at Airbnbs when someone leaves their Netflix or whatever logged in. Yeah. Always have fun with that. On checkout day, oh yeah. Like only play movies with cancer themes or something. Whatever. So I hung out with the owner for about an hour. We took it for a test drive. It drives really nice. It does have some aftermarket stuff on it, but none of it is egregious, or, thank God there's no hard dog roll bar installed or anything like that. They kept the car super, super, I don't want to say super stock, but all the stuff that was done to it was tasteful or calm or whatever you want to call it. None of it was drifty boy shit or anything like that. I mean, there was an intake and exhaust. There's an aftermarket radio, and really, that's kind of where it stops. There wasn't anything that was like, oh crap. The other really nice part is, and I love these just because they look so great, the 95 M editions, it might be the other M editions too. They come with super lightweight BBS wheels, like really lightweight BBS wheels. And those are extremely coveted. The downside is you're still running a 195 tire, but That's a little bit bigger than the 185 daisies that I have up there. So I can sell my daisies, which is nice. Um, and I can sell my hardtop. So yeah, I have to get some of this glue off and wipe this down. But yeah, this stuff you got to have, and there everything just blows away. It just takes a gust of wind. You got to have ventilation because if you huff enough of this, it will get you super high, and then you're just buying washers and dryers on marketplace for no reason. What else we got here? Come here. This stuff is fine. Let me grab it. No, it looks rust free. I sent you the link. Oh, okay. Looks a little lady owned. I can dig it. 6K is about bottom of the barrel for Miatas near me. I had to switch accounts on YouTube so you can see my comments. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I haven't banned or suspended or booted anyone from here. I haven't done that on any social media. I haven't blocked or anything like that because all the haters enjoy the show. I'm not stopping. People are like, oh, they don't deserve to. Bullshit. Watch me kick ass at life. They think they're holding me down. They can get a front row seat to me not being held down. So that is kind of the good news. We agreed on a price. The guy is absolutely fair on it. And there was nothing. He wasn't one of those guys who was like, I have to get 30 for this. I got it. And it also, he wasn't one of those guys where, you put out a number and he's so far off, or, he puts out a number and you're so far off that you just have to walk away. I was thankful that he was willing to talk about, some of the stuff the car needed, some of the stuff that could come off the car, some of the stuff that I want to do to the car. He was actually genuinely interested in. Like I talked about the cold side supercharger from SMS, and I'd really like to do that on a Miata. I didn't get a chance on my 96, so I might do it on the 95. To have 200 plus horsepower in a Miata, it might actually be the perfect car. So that was part of the deal. He would sell me the car for the agreed price, but he has to be the first passenger when I put the SMS system in. That's a hell of a deal. I have no problem. I love going up to St. Pete. If you guys haven't seen any of my other live streams, going over that bridge, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, it's beautiful. And at night, it's super cool. They light it up. They do all the different themes, Christmas, 4th of July, all that stuff. So they that bridge is super cool, and it's 400 some feet up. Anyway, look at this. Gugan for the win. Taking off, I don't know, it's going to be 8 or 9 months I've had this tape on here. And it was so gross. I had so much crap on my hands peeling that tape off. So got to meet a very cool Miata owner and got a hell of a deal. On a 95 M edition. It's the technical color is called Merlot Mica, but it's purple. So you can call it whatever color you want, but it's purple. It's got the matching hardtop, which already has a headliner, which is very nice because I had to do a headliner in this car. And although I don't mind doing that, I'm glad it already has one. It saves me some steps. One of the interesting things, it has a Racing Beat exhaust, and it's a dual exhaust. I thought that was kind of cool. So there was a cutout in the rear fascia for that second pipe, because Miatas usually just have the one exhaust pipe exit. So that was kind of interesting, but it was done very well. It was centered, thank God. You see a lot of stuff where people are like, oh yeah, just cut this out really quick. And it looks like someone blindfolded them and spun them around a bunch of times before they started cutting. Um, this is not the case. This one was done actually pretty nice. And it's a Racing Beat exhaust. Those are fairly well known for being pretty durable. I had one on my 96. So, um, what else? Uh, I did drive the car. It's interesting to drive. Once I'm so used to driving mine with the drag racing clutch, and it's like an on-off switch. And then you go to drive one that has just a regular factory clutch, and it's a whole other beast. It's actually calm and tame, and you don't have to rev it out to 9,000 just to get away from a stop sign. So that took me a second to get used to. And I'll probably keep everything in the car because it runs and drives great. And down here, I won't be tracking that as much as I was in Ohio. So it kind of makes sense to sort of, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Um, so much adhesive boogering on this. Yeah, this is the little seal that goes between the glass and the main part of the hardtop. And this seal always has a tough time staying in. You can try and glue it, but the pieces get hot and they expand and contract, and yeah, doesn't always work out well. Um, so I lost a Miata and gained a Miata. So that's where we're at. New Miata sounds slick. Excited to maybe see it. Yeah, I'm picking it up actually next week. I have other stuff. I have to go pick up. I have insurance paperwork to do because I bought the other Miata back. So I have to use the truck and trailer to go get the other Miata before I get the new one. So, and with schedules and everything, it worked out best just to pick it up, Monday or Tuesday of next week versus trying to get all of this done in the next 5 hours. He's not in a huge rush, which is really nice for me because I can get all the paperwork done on the 96 and get it here in the shop. The downside to all of this is there's a lot more work coming. But the upside is you guys are going to get to see a whole bunch of really cool stuff, such as Boss Frog roll bar installation, how clean it is compared to the hard dog, and how easy it is compared to the hard dog. What else? That's really probably the only major thing. We will also do that I'm going to put on the car. We're also going to do full engine and trans out on the black car. So you guys will get to see that, how to do that on a Miata. Um, one of the things he told me he did, and this is a really big deal with Miata guys, he did a brand new cam angle sensor like 2,000 miles ago. The cam angle sensors on Miatas are such a pain in the ass to do, like a huge pain in the ass. They're all the way at the back of the engine, and you have the firewall here. So you have to put the new seal on there, and then it's an O-ring, so it has to stay in place. And there's two teeth, and they have to line up with the cam exactly perfect, like exactly perfect. They're machined so tight. It's a huge pain in the ass. And so you're leaning over the engine bay, trying to balance yourself on tiptoes, trying to line this thing up perfect. And then it moves a little bit. It's a huge mess. So for him to do that, that saves me a ton of time because I've done a couple of those casses and they're just, the Casso ring is a mess. You try like mirrors and like video. Oh yeah, okay, here's where the notches are. And shit never works. You got to do it by feel. So yeah, I will have a bunch of Miata stuff. Taking apart the black one, we'll be able to do some live streams with cool stuff. You know, it'll be a lot of disassembly, but a lot of it you can actually use for reassembly if that helps. Um, this car has a different cold air intake system, which I will change out. Uh, it's okay. I think it's the Super Miata one, but I actually prefer my DDM Works one, and so I'll switch that out. And um, yeah, the other stuff. Also interesting on the 95 M's, they're the only Miatas where you see this. They actually came with uh, adjustable headrest. There's no speakers in the headrest, but they have adjustable headrest, which is pretty cool, especially for me who's 6'1". Um, and that's kind of a neat feature. The 95 M editions, they made 3,500 of them in total for 95, and the M editions only came in Merlot mica. So there's 3,500 of them total ever made. I don't know how many are left. I'm sure it's less than that, but it's not super rare. It's more rare than a C8. That's however rare you think your C8 is, and that's nice. Goo Gone is awesome, especially on rubber. Oh, look at this. It's taking all this crap off. I'm glad I'm not a painter. But yeah, there we go. We have fairly clean glass. I know I still have to do the inside, but we have all this stuff cleaned off. We'll do another round with just paper towel. Doesn't take much to get this stuff clean. It's been parked for so long. We did so much paint work on this that I knew there was going to be overspray in there. I just knew it. I taped it up pretty well, but it's okay if it goes on the glass. That stuff's easy to get off. And there's some overspray on the edge here too, just on the inside edge, but it's still picking up, and some adhesive crap. So just go over it a bunch of times with the dry paper towel and you'll get the rest of the stuff. And this seam right here, this seam and this seam cover never stay put. You can glue it again. It's like the rest of this. You can glue it, whatever. It just doesn't work. I've done that probably 3 or 4 times. I've never been able to get it to stick. So that's the Miata hardtop. That's the update on the Miata story. So now you guys have it. I haven't put it on social media yet. You guys are the the first people to hear about it, because I wanted to make sure I had something to replace the Miata before I came to you guys and just showed up with a purple Miata, right? What else we got here? Yes, Joey, you are 100%. It does need a supercharger. SMS will be getting a phone call / email. You know they make shop vacs with wheels, right? They have to buy a welding cart for them. Are you talking about that thing? That is totally temporary. That welding cart is actually a gift, and the shop vac was convenient, so that's why it went there. Let's see what else. Yeah. What kicks your butt too? 1.6 takes about 15. Oh, the cam angle sensor. Oh yeah, that's just. It sucks that they. What happens is the rubber petrifies. It's a lot of heat cycles. It's hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, and that rubber goes and slowly stops doing that. And so it's petrified, and That means oil can slip right past it and you'll get an oil leak there. That sucks. So you don't want that. And then you have that very limited distance. It's right there against the firewall. You can barely get that back. Also, when you're doing engine replacements, that's the first thing to hit the firewall is the cam angle sensor. And you got to be really careful because they're like 500 bucks. So be very careful about cam angle sensors. Um, yeah, I'll finish this off with some glass cleaner. By the way, I use the same eighth grade glass cleaner that I've used for ages and ages, and it works really, really, really well. Um, it's weird, but it does. Have you guys seen the inside of this? Have you guys seen the headliner? Normally, it just hangs up on the wall. So let me throw this away. I'll show you guys the what the headliner looks like. And if you want to do this to your Miata, it's actually very easy. Excuse me. Whatever you do, don't rest your hardtop on these, the Frankenstein bolt catches. These will snap off. This is very thin fiberglass. It's two pieces of fiberglass sandwiched, and this is sandwiched between them. These things just fold right back. So those are for linear. They're not for holding any weight. Also, Miata hardtop, 42 pounds. People actually run away with these things. They'll steal them off cars. So I'll show you guys the headliner quick. See if I can get this a little bit closer to you guys. There we go. Oh, of course, I just lost the mic. Sorry. I'll get it in a second. There you go. You can sort of see the headliner there. I thought it was pretty cool. It's kind of decorative, but it's still dark. And yeah, there's some lint and stuff that has to get vacuumed out, dead bugs, that sort of thing. But yeah, this will all get nicely cleaned up. But yeah, doing a headliner, I went to Joann Fabrics and I got a single piece that was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 feet wide and got it 6 or 8 feet long. And that's how I did the headliner. Set it in there, started at the center. I, of course, had all of the hardware off hands. I just lost the clip. So let me get the clip and the mic back on here. Of course, the only part of the hardtop that touches my body is the mic. So all this hardware came off. The latches, the all these screws, the glass came out, obviously, and this just got folded around the edge. It kind of acts as sort of a double seal, and started at the center and glued and came around and just slowly formed it as it came around the edges. You can tuck it into these little tabs. And then once everything was dried, just sort of put it all back together, screw the glass back in, put the hardware back on. Also, you do it without the seals, these door seals. I'm going to leave it like this because I have to goog on these seals. So that's it's my glass cleaner. This is the glass cleaner. You get 2 cans of this for like $3, and it's just awesome. I've used it forever and ever. Glass cleaner. Whoops. You don't need ventilation for. I'm putting this on super heavy because it hasn't been touched in a while. So doing the hardtop headliner, not difficult. And yeah, Joe, this is gross. This hasn't been wiped down in years. It's a bunch of dust and dirt. I'll show you after the first pass how much crap is And this is the inside. So imagine what the outside looked like. So there you go. That's how gross that is. Put gross over here. Go again. Um, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, that incident actually happened at the top of May, and I've been working on this ever since, doing insurance stuff, and then going to Tail the Dragon and working with the insurance company then, and finding another Miata, and then, I mean, this is just gross. You guys can see this stuff coming off here. Before everyone gets all earth friendly, I'm recycling all of this paper towels. They all go in the recycle bin. But I use paper towels because they're super absorbative and they can also get into tighter spaces than microfibers. So I'm trying to get under the lip seal here. It's nice to have something smaller. So yeah, I was doing all of that. And before I came to you guys, I wanted to make sure I had something. I had something. It wasn't just like, oh, hey, Miata got destroyed by a drunk driver. He didn't have insurance. Their boyfriend had an ankle monitor. I wanted to have something more for you guys, right? What is this? It's like a piece of grass. There's like grass clippings from the Ohio house. These rubber things actually stayed in place, which is new. Yeah, this one is the one that I fixed because this whole section, like from here to here, is all new. I had to rebuild that whole section. So yeah, I got some sticky stuff over here I have to take care of. So that's where we're at with Miata stuff, with the Viper being back, with vacuum cleaners on welding carts. The welding cart is actually going to be a gift for a friend of mine, and the vacuum cleaner is just there temporarily, so not full time. So are those paint cans. Those paint cans will not be there shortly. The paint is solid. Yeah, I got to take like lint roller through here and get some of the cobwebs and stuff off. But yeah, the seal here is actually really nice. Yeah, so when you do these, just take all the seals, make sure it's just bare fiberglass. So these push pins, oh, I think we're missing one here. Maybe? Yeah. Uh, yep, we are. So the push pins come out. There's 6 of those. Glass comes out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts for the glass. There's 3 or 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3 bolts for the latches, and then all the seals come out. It's actually pretty easy to do. When you do have everything apart, you do have less structural integrity on the back edge. So again, be really careful. Just use the front edge or use these because this back edge can flex in. Without the glass in there, it can flex in. And also the glass comes like this, which is just straight glass. But you can also, they did have a rear defrost version, which the new hardtop has the rear defrost, which serves me absolutely no purpose here in Florida because we're not going to be driving it with the rear defrost on. But it is really nice to have. And the hardtop is paint matched the car, which is really cool. It was a good score. And to get all the rest of the stuff, the rest of the story about how the you know original owner, then the grandfather, father, son. To me, I love that stuff when you get that whole story, and it just, I don't want to say it's a feel good thing, but it just, you kind of know then that these people actually give a shit about their car and they take care of it, and that just makes you feel good. You can't really put a price on that. You can't put it like on a spec sheet or something. I don't know what the hell this is. There's like some kind of booger inside here. Trying to get it off. Thankfully, I still have my nails. Um, so yeah, that stuff, those X Factor things, I love that. I love that stuff. Just makes you feel better about, it's not a large pizza. You're putting some money into, it's a kind of a, I don't want to say it's a big investment, but it's a, you know, it's a big chunk of change. And you want to make sure it's right. You want to make sure it's, 100%. And these guys they've been absolutely great with the car. So the guy in California, I don't know. I don't know what he did with the car, if he did anything, but he didn't own it very long. So it can't be that jacked up from him. Oh, the other thing with the M editions, Torsen LSD, both tires move, which is awesome. I love that part. So that's kind of it. Like I said, I need to get a vacuum and a lint roller in here and clean this up. We'll get pictures of it and we'll get it online. Where? See, I can't read this stuff when you guys are that far away. Oh, you take your cast out when you remove the engine and do the install? That's smart. I don't know, but I don't want to put it back in. I guess. But you also don't want to bang up the firewall or hurt the cast. That's a tough one. Yeah. It's like I want to take it out to be safe, but I don't want to take it out because it's a pain in the ass to put back in. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone still does fabrics like Michaels or anything like that. Oh, you actually get a halfway decent shot of it right there. But in Ohio, I wanted a little bit of extra insulation because this is normally just raw fiberglass. It's two pieces of fiberglass glued together, so you have your outside and your inside, but there's basically no insulation. So I wanted kind of a cool custom aspect and a little bit of insulation just in case it got driven in the winter, which it actually did. I drove it in the winter in Ohio a bunch, but not anymore. Not anymore. So yeah, my Miata buddies, if you guys need parts, let me know. I'm not going to be driving back up to Ohio anytime soon. But if there's something you want me to ship you, I can do that. Most of the cool stuff that's on the car, I'm going to take. So the rest of it would just be OEM stuff, lower control arms and stuff like that. Um, this car still has the original shocks, so I will. But he's also including a really nice set of conies. So I'll probably use those conies, and I don't know. I might just put the coilovers back on. One of the coilovers got destroyed in the accident, so I of course have to order a whole new set. Uh, and those are from Flying Miata. So I'll order a new set from Flying Miata, and I'll probably just do coilovers again. I love the feel of them, and that VMAX setup with the 15 up and 15 down is nicely adjustable. And on a car like that, it would be great. The BBS wheels I'm going to save. They'll go up on the rack because they're worth their weight in gold. And I'll run the 949 6ULs with the 205s. And again, I'll do them in the same chrome powder coating as before. So um, you might want the exhaust if you don't. Okay. Yeah, we can figure that out. Yeah. Yeah. The Racing Beat exhaust is awesome. I was very happy with that on the car for what, 10, 12 years. So yeah, it's a single. The Racing Beat that's on the new car is the double, which on that car, I think it looks really nice. I don't think there's a wrong way to go with single or double, but on that car, it looks really good with the purple. So kind of bummed that I lost the black car. I had a lot of great memories in that and a lot of track time. That's the Miata I learned on. So that's what makes it um, uh, tough to you know strip down and then send to the crusher. But at the same time, life moves forward. You got to do that. And mine's, the new one is going to be even better, right? The paint's better. There's 98% less rust, and it's a super cool color. I realize that even though I dress with a lot of color, I need more color in my life. My cars are black or white or extremely dark gray. I mean, the Repsol Grom is cool because it's a bunch of different colors. It's orange, it's red, it's black, it's white, it's gold. So, I think I need more color in my life. With everything else going on in my life, the much bigger picture, I think some color is a good idea. I can keep this super fast black car. I can keep the crazy ass 26-foot long white car. But the other stuff I can add color, like I did with the Grom. My other motorcycle's gray and black. So, add some color, a little bit of Lowry seasoned salt on the mac and cheese, right? And I think that's going to work out pretty good. Um, so yeah, if you guys know anyone in Florida looking for really nice Miata hardtop with all the hardware and a headliner, have them shoot me a message. I'll get some pictures of this, and once I get it cleaned up, I'll get it on Marketplace, and folks can uh, try to lowball me. I've thought about a new thing. You guys tell me if this is crazy or not. Because in my Facebook listings, I always put lowballers will be publicly humiliated. But we do have AI now. So I'm thinking about warning them that they will be publicly humiliated via AI. And I'm seriously considering that because when you deal with the amoebas on Marketplace, if I offer this for $1,000, someone's going to offer me $300 for it. I know that. I know that's coming. I want that to not be true, but um, they say the most powerful force in the universe is a black hole. Uh, Stupidity eats black holes for lunch. Stupidity is far and away the most powerful force in the universe. So I know that's coming. If I can warn them a little bit not to do dumb shit, maybe that keeps a few of them away. Maybe, hopefully. So, uh, hang on a sec. I'll give you guys a sneak. Oh, my hand, like, it's still sticky adhesive from the wiping off the stuff. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of the car. Give me a second. Uh, whoops. Hang on. Doo-doo-doo. Oops, going the wrong way. And going to the wrong person. So here we go. Back at our phone. And let's see. I could have sworn I did. I sent them to Nikki earlier, so yeah, why would you focus? That's crazy talk. And then it has the two-tone interior, the tan and black interior, which obviously I like because of the Viper. So the one thing it doesn't have is the Nardi shift knob. That went away. I don't really care about it. It does have the very short arm shifter. It's not a short shifter. It's just a shorter arm on the shifter. So I might put my original shifter in there. But the guy did upgrade from the plastic bushings to I think they're brass. I think they're 360 brass. So might just change the shifter lever back to a normal height because the little short one, I get it, but I don't know. It also depends on if I put my carbon fiber knob in there, whatever. Um, Mine is too loud. I'm getting too old for that. Oh, look at Joey being completely full of shit. Um, what's the saying? It's in music too. If it's too loud, you're too old. So no, no. Your car is loud on purpose. You can turn it off at any. You can turn off the loudness at any time. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. Dog hair in this thing. How the hell does dog hair get up 6 feet when the dogs are only a foot tall? Riddle me that, Batman. Trying to figure that out. So that's where we're at. We had a great time at Tail the Dragon. The Miata got hit by a drunk driver and totaled, and we're getting a replacement Miata. So you guys were asking. I had a few people ask me, "Hey man, I haven't seen the Miata on the channel in a while. Are you still doing all that stuff with it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll talk to you guys about it soon." I just wanted to make sure I had all my ducks in a row before I went to you guys. And so I apologize for keeping the Miata out of the light and out of the shop, but it will be back here in the shop shortly, and we'll be doing a lot of strip off stuff. That's why I'm not putting anything over on that side of the shop, because that is going to be storage for a lot of Miata parts, and a lot of those parts are going to go on the purple car. So we'll have the limo in here. We're going to do the EFI. I don't want to say I have a rush job, but the um, Sarasota Cars and Coffee is a week from Saturday. So I have about 10 days to get the EFI system on the limo. Go get the other Miata, get the limo in here, get the sniper system back on, get it tuned, running well, and then drive it to Sarasota Cars and Coffee on Saturday. I believe it's the 13th. So definitely want to get that car up there, and I want to get the pump in there so the water can get working. So I don't want to say a rush job, but I definitely want to get that car going. And so we'll park all the Miata stuff over here in the spare bay, and then as the purple car gets here, we'll start adding stuff. Some of the stuff has to go get repowder coated. Obviously, I'm not putting a sparkle silver roll bar in a purple car, so uh, I have the powder coat color for the the Merlot mica. So we'll get a bunch of parts powder coated to match the valve cover, a bunch of other things. We'll get powder coated to match the car. I'm also trying to find a Cerakoter down here so I can get exhaust done. In the meantime, I'll take this exhaust off the current car, off the black car, put it on the uh, purple car. Same thing with the intake, with the throttle body, and that way I have Cerakoted stuff on the car while the other stuff is out getting powder coated and Cerakoted. So there'll be a lot of swap over back and forth, and I do need to find a powder coater and Cerakoter here in Southwest Florida, and I'm already working on that. So, um, yeah, there'll be a lot of swap over. We'll have tons of projects. There'll be short ones that are 10 minutes. There'll be longer ones that'll be 2 hours. But we'll have a ton of fun with, whatever we're doing. But there'll be a heavy Miata presence and a heavy limo presence too, because the Viper runs great. So I should probably do an oil change after. I got to do tires on that, but you guys don't want to watch that shit. Um, but I'll definitely let you know how the new tires go. And a millipede. I haven't seen a millipede in like a week. Got a little millipede buddy here. So we're going to help him get outside because it's going to take him an hour. We will motivate him to go for a ride. We have our millipede catcher. Come on, buddy. There you go. He gets to go enjoy the lawn. There he goes. Thank God they have an exoskeleton, right? And their defense mechanism is so cool. They curl up like a little cinnamon bun. That's their defense mechanism, which is fun. Uh, so yeah, we got heavy Miata stuff coming up, mostly part swapping back and forth, and then heavy limo stuff. And the rest of the vehicles run great. There's going to be a lot of maintenance. Um, this does put a sort of hits the brakes on the YouTube channel for the limo, but we're definitely going to be doing more limo stuff with events and stuff once we get the Holly Sniper back on there. So yeah, you want to hear the supercharger more. That's why you want the racing beat exhaust. I got it. I got it. Now it makes sense. It was bullshit before, but now I understand. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can figure it out. It won't be cheap to ship, but we can do it, you know. Uh, or find someone who's driving up there. Uh, well, we can work on that. Well, I'll send you a message. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that exhaust will be one of the first things that comes off the car. And then that car will actually probably be on jack stands right here for a little while. I think that's the plan, is to put it up on jack stands here until it's totally stripped out. When it's all stripped out, then it goes to the auto recycler, and I get my $8 in meth money for it, which kind of sucks. I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thank you for understanding the delay and why I was getting to you about that, about replacing the Miata. It's not something I had planned to do, but I think it's going to work out in the end even better. Overall cost difference between the black one and the purple one, it's about 2 grand to upgrade. So for $2,000, I get a really cool color. Uh, I don't get OBD2 because they didn't do that until '96, but I get a really cool color. I get the very rare BBS wheels. I should say color combination, because the purple with the tan is really cool. And I also get 65,000 miles. I get 100,000 less miles for 2 grand. The same 1.8, same 128 horsepower, 130 horsepower car, and no rust. I don't know if you can put a price on no rust, but yeah, I would put a heavy price on that. So I'm calling it a nice upgrade for a little bit of money. And it wasn't something that I planned on. It wasn't something I budgeted for, but I think I'm going to come out okay on this one. And big thank you to the guy up by Tampa who gave me this killer deal on this really really great car. I promised him it's going to a good home. You guys can back me up on that. I only do cool stuff on cars. I don't do dumb shit. So um, hopefully you guys will come along for the ride, and hopefully other people will join. A lot of Miata disassembly coming up, so hopefully you guys enjoy that stuff. Yeah, Joey, I'll shoot you a message when I get off here, and we'll talk about the exhaust and shipping it up there. Everyone else, prepare for Miata and limo stuff. It's coming. It's coming. We'll do a bunch of it this week and this weekend. Um, and if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, definitely put them down there. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email, whatever, and I'll get your questions answered. If there's something else you want to see in the shop besides the limo and Miata in the next couple of weeks, tough, because I really have to get these finished. But after that, if there's something else you guys want to see, a Camaro or a Jag or whatever, shoot me a message and we'll see if we can get the car in here, and at the very least do a walk around on it. And what else? I think that's about it. Uh, just cranking stuff out. I'd love doing this stuff, and wasn't planning on doing this with the Miata, but we'll get it done, and hopefully people enjoy what I'm doing. Obviously, you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm glad. And I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. So thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it's far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll catch you later this week. We'll do some fun stuff. I promise. All right. Have an awesome night. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm turning off the stream on the laptop, does it? No, this is totally normal position for me. Yeah.